Peace, family. You know, through the civil rights struggle, we have been trying to minimize, negate, or relegate the damage that was caused by people through slavery. And two very vital instruments that can be used to do that. That's history books, and the Bible. Every race of people who ever been accosted by another have used one of these two instruments to liberate themselves from their oppressor. And only one has rejected the history of every oppressed people who are living better lives today but didn't suffer nowhere near as bad as we have suffered. Only one race of people, that's us. And you know why? It's because we've had our fight for civil rights and respect and dignity in the hands of corrupt black leaders and these failed pastors. I ain't never seen no historical event where people come out of a Holocaust, an enslavement camp, concentration camp, whatever, and they use history and biblical scripture to lead you right back into the arms of their oppressor. Negroes the only one that do this. And I'm listening to this pastor, Bishop Talbert, or whatever his name is, sitting up here talking about the atrocities that whites have bestowed on our people just for their benefit. They got up every day for almost 300 years and forced us to do their work. Then when black people wanted to get away from them, they hunted them down like dogs to drag them back, cut off their foot so they couldn't run no more. Now, and this terror still goes on today. They're using the police that we pay for through our taxes to shoot and kill innocent blacks. Don't even take the accused to court. They shoot them down. They stripping institutions of teaching black history, mitigating the effects of slavery to saying that it was some social benefit that we received that we have yet to discover today. When you put a history book in the Bible in the mind of these corrupt pastors and these corrupt civil rights leaders, you know what that gets you? Continued slavery. Sitting up here on the White House steps or the Senate steps or wherever, the Lincoln Memorial, wherever after this guy was at, talking about how all these tragedies that whites have bestowed on our people, we still here. We're not going to be erased. Touting how God is still working on behalf of the oppressed people. Show me one scripture, chapter and verse, where God intervened in the people's lives. And here it is 150 years later, and we still up under the same power and authority of those people. Give me chapter and verse that prove what you said. God intervened in the efforts of black people to liberate us, and we're still up under the rule of our oppressors. Show me anywhere in the Bible where this is a normal practice for God. God ain't never intervened with the people and left them in the hands of their oppressor. You know, and my thing is this: to sit up there proudly talking about we still here, we ain't going nowhere. That's sick. And for any one of you, your parishioners or followers, friends or relatives disagree, they sick too. There's no way on earth. Let me put it like this. You a pastor. Let's say one of your parishioners, a sister, called you and was telling you that her boyfriend or fiance or husband was abusing her, taking advantage of her. Would you advise her to stay? He doing things that's totally inhumane. And you tell her to leave, and she say, "Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna stay with him." Would you encourage that decision? Of course not. You wouldn't tell the black woman that, but you tell black people to stay in the arms of those who lynched you, cut off your genitals, roasted you alive, cannibalized you, raped your ancestral mothers and fathers, your ancestral brothers and sisters, your ancestral nieces and nephews. Terrorized them, forced them to work. They can't see in the morning, they can't see at night. And you're going to sit up here proudly quoting God, saying we still here. These people came into a foreign land and displaced our way of life for theirs. Why can't you use historical reference, biblical facts, and evidence for us to do the same? We as a people, we should have had enough of this treatment. You see they were erasing black history in schools. They're mitigating our impact. And then you see other states using Florida as precedents. You see mass shooting after mass shooting. These are national attacks on the lives of black people. And there's not a whimper of a national response. It's 50 million blacks in this country. And you telling me that not nowhere in this state we can't find a group of black people that's saying we're gonna go back to our old way of life and network with any other society that want to build with us? To sit up here and say that we are here and we ain't going nowhere is a total disservice to your people and to our ancestors. What you're telling our oppressor is that we understand it was necessary for you to rape and murder our mothers and fathers to build this country. And now we're going to sit up here and continue supporting the businesses, the industries and institutions that was rooted in the blood of our ancestors. We're not going to imagine, not for 1 second, what life would have been like had we not been enslaved. Tell me one effort that any of these black organizations, these black pastors have come up with that would take us out of the power and authority of whites. Everything they suggest puts us right into their arms, into their decisions, and up under their allowance, up under their authority. And you telling me that 50 million blacks and the billions of blacks all over this country, we can't find not one spot on this planet where we can live up on our own authority, by our own determinations, to develop our own laws? What's your excuse? Oh, the white man beat us to it. We got to live up under his. We already get the F out of here. Bishop Talbert, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself to sit up here and tell your people and to have all the followers. I can understand, and it's not a jealousy thing, just in case, just what you're thinking, that you got more followers than I do. It's a respect thing. Respect your followers. Put them on the path of self-determination. Give them a reason to follow you. And that reason should not be because you following our oppressor.